Hello. The trade winds blow with the news of stuff happening. So what's up? Neuralink, Elon Musk's company that's trying to make a brain implant, is basically Umbrella Corp. They're being investigated because they received a letter from a bunch of doctors saying, hey, they're mishandling dangerous pathogens. If you're not familiar, Neuralink is trying to make a chip that can be implanted into brains, and they're testing it on a lot of monkeys. And by that, I mean they're killing a lot of monkeys. Like a lot of monkeys. Like many monkeys have died. But now a group of doctors wrote a letter and they were like, hey, so yeah, they've got these dangerous pathogens that are like not being handled correctly in transit. And so of all people, Pete Buttigieg is the one that's supposed to go investigate them now. Well, not him personally, but the Department of Transportation. I mean, they're also being investigated for that whole animal cruelty thing too. So it's not great. Hey, maybe the guy that can't figure out how to run Twitter shouldn't be trying to figure out how to implant chips into human brains. Oh my stars, more layoffs have happened. Who would have thunk it? Yahoo is laying off 20% of their workforce, which amounts to about 1,600 human beings. Following that, GitHub is going to be laying off about 10%, and I mean, I could just sit here and list them all, but it would be the whole show. I'm so sorry, but we're going to talk about Elon again. Because the prevailing news in the techosphere today is that Elon Musk has fired one of his top employees for basically telling him that he's mid. Elon was like, hey, I have so many people following me on Twitter, why are my tweets not getting more impressions? And the top engineer was like, my dude, people are just over your shit. He didn't even say it directly. He pulled up the Google Trends chart and was like, look, your people don't care anymore. And so in this meeting, Elon was like, you're fired. And the guy has confirmed it on Twitter, like this happened. One of the richest people on the planet fired somebody because they were told the truth, which is that people just don't want to pay attention to them anymore. Meanwhile, I go for a walk with my dog and there are bottles filled with piss in the gutters because we can't help but force everyone to work as hard as possible with no breaks. Everything is right in this world. A reporter was arrested for reporting. If you didn't know, there's a very Ohio thing going down in Ohio right now. A train filled with dangerous chemicals derailed. And they were like, okay, we gotta get rid of this mess. What are we gonna do? Okay, well, evacuate everyone in the area and burn it. They literally said that, like, you could die immediately if you inhaled the fumes, so, like, don't be in the area. And so the governor was doing an update on that whole situation, and there was a reporter reporting on it, and cops arrested him. There's a lot of footage, and the footage does not show anything beyond the cops throwing a reporter to the ground and arresting him. And they claim that he was trespassing? The governor has said, like, hey, anybody can report on my stuff, like, that's their right, and that shouldn't be infringed. But, like, I mean, it was infringed at the governor's event. Rapid fire. Shell's board of directors are being personally sued for not adhering to the Paris Climate Agreement. Facebook and Instagram have officially reinstated Trump's accounts. We knew they were going to do it, and now it's happened. Rental evictions in England are up 98% year over year. Chick-fil-A will be testing a cauliflower-based sandwich to try to have a plant-based option on their menu. And I'm just here reporting the facts. This is just truth that I'm giving to you. Chick-fil-A is mid. Comcast lied to the FCC about their coverage maps. They showed a map to the FCC saying that we covered this person's house, and this person's like, no, you really don't. And finally, Google Stadia, their gaming streaming service that was recently shut down, apparently was never more than 5% of the streaming gaming market. I want to take a quick moment and talk about the fact that I haven't really been touching on the earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. Obviously, they are devastating and they are horrifying losses of human life, and I would hope that you don't need me to tell you about them. It's like the biggest story so far of the year. My heart is broken, and that loss of life is horrifying. It's amazing to see people coming together and doing all the search and rescue, and that's wonderful. And there are places that you personally can go donate. But I also want to remind you that, like, it's not your job to provide the funds to fix this mess. That said, obviously, be aware of the situation and have empathy. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Stuff Keeps Happening. Head to stuffkeepshappening.online for sources, bonus content, and all that good stuff. Don't forget to drop a review in your respective podcast app. It makes a big difference. Thank you so much. My name is Endeavorance. I'll be back on Monday. Take care and be well.